What is up, guys? It is Coaster Watch here, and today I got another awesome coaster countdown for you. This is my top 10 wooden roller coaster lineups in North America. So this video is really self-explanatory. I'm just going to be going through a bunch of great wooden roller coaster lineups. If your home park did not make this list, I'm very sorry. I did the best I possibly could with these rankings, but this is how I found them to be. So let's go into a quick couple honorable mentions. First up, we got Canada's Wonderland. They got 3 pretty good wooden coasters. I've heard some good things, heard some bad things. Heard more bad than good, so I'm going to stay away from that. We got King's Dominion. It's a little bit of a stranger pick, but I heard Rebel Yell I was always like a big fan of, and Grizzly I heard is pretty good too. And then we got Mount Olympus. I just heard way too many bad things about that park, so not going to include it. Alright, let's get straight into this thing. At the number 10 spot, we have California's Great America. So, you might be scratching some heads at this one. But first of all, Gold Striker, probably top 3 GCI in the US, for sure. And then Grizzly, above average wooden coaster. When you think of it this way, if you think of quality above quantity, that's why I put CGA at the number 10 spot. You know, that finding the number 10 spot was actually really hard. Everything 9 and up was pretty much confirmed. At the number 9 spot, we have Indiana Beach with Hoosier Hurricane, Cornball Express, and the Lost Coaster of Superstition. Never heard of that before. Basically the same level as CGA in my opinion, but with just that one extra wooden coaster, I'm gonna give them the extra points here. Fun fact, Cornball Express is one of CCI's last roller coasters. So what that means is that it looks a lot like a GCI because GCI's creators actually came from CCI. So, pretty cool little backstory if you're not an enthusiast already, or if you're an enthusiast and didn't know that. Number 8, I know this one, in my opinion, it's pretty overrated, but I decided to put it on this list a little bit higher than I should. That's kind of like the general consensus with this park. It is Kennywood with Jackrabbit, Thunderbolt, and Racer. Jackrabbit, fantastic classic wooden roller coaster. Thunderbolt, same thing, pretty good. Racer, sad excuse for removing trees. So my thing with this park is that Jackrabbit and T-Bolt look amazing and awesome. Jackrabbit obviously being the best at the park. That double down I heard is ridiculous. Jackrabbit, pretty good terrain coaster, and Racer, a Mobius loop where you only get to ride once. So I find that really, really dumb. Well, from the POV I saw, it only showed one side, and then they got up at the very end. But anyways, Kennywood looks a little bit overrated in my opinion. At the number 7 spot, we have a little bit more of an overhated one. We got Six Flags St. Louis with Boss, American Thunder, and Screaming Eagle. American Thunder looks average GCI. Never hear anyone talk about it. Maybe it has a rattle or something. Boss has a rattle but looks intense as crap. And Screaming Eagle, which looks amazing. So all 3 of these coasters look great in my opinion. They're very overhated, to be quite honest with you. Especially Boss. Like, everybody just kind of craps on that ride. But there's something about that coaster that I kind of like. At the number 6 spot, we have Six Flags Great America. A very underrated one, actually. Goliath is one of the worst RMCs in the US. Well, in the world, actually. Then we got Viper, which is probably the most underrated coaster in the US right now. I'll explain myself. American Eagle and Little Dipper. Viper is Coney Island Cyclone, but it was made in-house. So what I'm just hearing is smooth ejector airtime, so I like that ride. I like it a lot. At the number 5 spot, we have Silverwood with Tremors and Timber Terror. Tremors looks fantastic. Timber Terror looks pretty good. Just a small amount of coasters. But a fun fact about this park is that each one of these coasters gets redone by RMC every 2 years. Imagine if your Woody at your home park did this. I know. It's probably a Six Flags park, and they're probably too cheap to do that. I'm sorry. At the number 4 spot, we have Knoebels with Phoenix, Twister, and Flying Turns. So basically the same level as Tremors. They're 2 main Woodies, but then they have Flying Turns, which is the only wooden bobsled left on Earth. So why not give them the extra bonus points, put them in 4th. Breaking into the top 3. All 3 of these parks are great. Deciding between number 3 and 2 were really hard, but I think you guys will like what I came up with. The number 3 spot, we have Kings Island, the most amount of wooden coasters at any park. Mystic Timbers, Beast, Racer Red, Racer Blue, and Woodstock Express. Oh my goodness. So, I'm going to go from worst to best. We got Racer Blue. That's the general consensus. Racer Blue is worse than Racer Red. Both identical, though. Looks like some nice floater airtime. A little bit of ejector on the way back. Looks like a really fun ride, especially when you race your friends next to you. Then we got Beast, which is pretty good, actually. A lot of enthusiasts crap on it, but then a lot of enthusiasts say it's top 3 in the U.S., which I completely disagree with both of those. Has its intense moments, and it looks like an incredible night ride, so you gotta throw some stuff in there for that. And we got Mystic Timbers, which arguably, I think it looks like the best GCI in North America. Call me crazy. But it looks like a great ride. And then we got Woodstock Express, which, honestly, that's unmatchable. I don't even think Voyage can get near Woodstock Express intensity. Yeah, but overall, fantastic park. Just not as good as he's next to, in my opinion. Because this park has some above-average wooden coasters, a great one, an above-average one, and then just 3 meh ones. But these next ones have 3 or 2 outstanding ones. At the number 2 spot, we have Dollywood. Call me crazy, guys, but Lightning Rod and Thunderhead basically crap on every other park on this list. Just those 2 alone. I honestly think Thunderhead craps on like half the coasters on this list. It is just fun, fairly smooth. I wouldn't call it the smoothest thing ever. I prefer the front row. A little bit more airtime, to be quite honest with you, and it's smoother. So I prefer the front row and Thunderhead. And then Lightning Rod, of course. A lot of enthusiasts are kind of mad that they didn't get to ride it. But trust me, once you get to ride Lightning Rod, then you'll know what airtime is. You don't know what airtime is until you experience the quad down. Just both of these fantastic coasters together basically just crap on everything else on this list. I hate to put it that way, but it's true. But what could be the number 1 spot? The number 1 spot is the reason for this video, guys. This park inspired me to do this video. It is Holiday World. Voyage, I think probably a top 5 coaster in the world. It looks that good. And you got Legend, some of the most intense laterals and one of the most intense night rides and one of the most intense rides in the U.S. in general. We got Raven, which is a really, really fun wooden coaster. A little bit old school in a way. But this park just looks great. Let's put it in perspective. I think if you add, let's say you added one of these coasters to any park on this list, it would automatically move up at least 6 spots. Let's say you add Raven to CGA's lineup. I would have CGA in 3rd place. Let's say you add Raven to Indiana Beach. Alright, I have Indiana Beach in 3rd place. Let's say you add Raven to Dollywood. Honestly, if you added Raven to Dollywood, it would be in 1st place. What about Voyage? Same thing. If you added Voyage to CGA, it would probably be in 1st, to be quite honest with you. Just all 3 of these coasters by themselves are so good, and they complement each other so well. All of them are good at doing something, and that's what I love about this park. Very well-rounded, very amazing wooden lineup. 3 of the best coasters in the United States. All of them, I think, are in the top 40. Even Thunderbird looks an awesome wing coaster. This park, I think, has the best wooden coaster lineup in the U.S. Let me know what some of your favorite wooden roller coaster lineups are. Let me know how your home park is with wooden coasters. And let me know if you want to see a wooden coaster revival. Let me know if you want to see another Voyage or another Outlaw Run. Sorry, not another Lightning Rod. We don't want to deal with that. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.